This is the Honda CRV. It's one of the best-selling compact crossovers in America, second only to the RAV4. But can it handle a real-world Northwest rock trail? We put it to the test on this episode of Driving Sports TV. Like all mainstream compact crossovers, the Honda CR-V has a wide range of features and prices available. It starts at just over $25,000, but the model we're testing here is a fully loaded touring trim, which is priced at $35,845 including destination. Does it have all the features you would expect at this price? Let's take a look. Under the hood of every non-hybrid CR-V is a 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder. This puts out up to 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. Our test vehicle was equipped with Honda's real-time all-wheel drive. This is a computer-controlled system that relies on a center transfer clutch to push power to the back wheels when needed. The only transmission option is a CVT. EPA rates this setup at 32 miles to the gallon on the highway and 27 around town. One reason the CR-V is so popular is how they package so much space into such a little car, while still providing space for a spare. Lower all the seats and you're looking at up to 75.8 cubic feet of storage. With the second row back in place, it still has a solid 39.2 cubic feet. Easy to get in thanks to a wide door opening. I also get dual USB sockets down here, and they are 2.5 amps each, which is nice. Charge those big devices. Armrest with integrated cup holders. And overall, it's a fine little space to be in. Nothing exciting, but it'll do. The touring trim has an especially nice front cabin with wood accents and nice materials throughout. Of course, it does come with a retractable sunroof. This is all very Honda. Controls are familiar with materials that are high quality without pushing into luxury territory. It's nice, but still very practical. The driver gets a 12-way power seat with memory and 3-stage heat. The main gauge cluster is a digital panel that has one of the cleanest interfaces I've ever seen. Dual zone climate control is also standard at this trim level. The bins provide lots of storage options. Infotainment is on a 7-inch display. Unfortunately, this is still running Honda's older interface. It is slow and the design is clunky. That said, once you dive into the navigation application, it does look nice and works very well. You can charge a compatible mobile device with wireless charging, but to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you will need to plug in to the included USB socket. Switching into reverse brings up a rear view camera with cross-traffic alerts. No rear braking, no surround view camera. Other active features include blind spot identification, adaptive cruise control with lane departure warnings, driver attention warning, and forward collision warning. It also includes LED headlights with auto on-off and LED fog lights. The CR-V does have engine auto start and stop that can be deactivated with a simple push of a button. The gauge cluster can switch between several views, my favorite being the all-wheel drive status view. Now that we have all the details sorted, let's start the testing. First up, we're going to see just how the all-wheel drive system reacts to a full throttle start on a slippery gravel surface. With traction control disabled and the throttle wide open, the rear wheels are still just along for the ride. But that's not the end of the story. Some vehicles don't do much in these particular conditions, but handle off-road challenges just fine. Okay, let's give a 0 to 60 a try. I'm going to go ahead and put the car into sport transmission. I'm going to line it up. And 3, 2, 1, go. You'll get that surge around 3,500. And 60 at 8.4 seconds with a slope of negative 0.2 degrees. So that is fairly flat. 8.41 0 to 60, 3.22 0 to 30. Those are our numbers, and this is a system that I'm going to be using going forward. So you can kind of throw out all of our previous 0 to 60s now that we have proper instrumentation that is using GPS. I like toys, and we got a new one. So there we go. Now, of course, this vehicle has been updated with not only adaptive cruise control, it also has lane detection. Let's give it a try. Basically, I click main down here, I set my target speed, I turn on distance, and I turn on lane detection. So now, set my target, increase my target to something ridiculous, and it should do the rest of the job. And so far, it's doing a really good job of lane centering. I actually wasn't expecting it to be this good. Okay, pretty good. It is asking me to put my hands back on the wheels, which is of no real surprise. These systems don't like to go too long without some kind of engagement. We have a turn coming up here. Let's go ahead and let the car do the driving. See how well it detects. Yeah, it's keeping dead center there. I think it's actually doing a really good job. Now, this is probably a good opportunity to say that I am doing about 70 miles per hour here on the freeway, where it is 70 the limit, and it's not very quiet in here. In fact, there's quite a fair amount of road noise. So this is rolling on some pretty big wheels, and yeah, I think that's contributing a little bit to the cabin noise, but overall this just isn't that quiet of a cabin. Something like the Subaru Forester or even the RAV4 hybrid, I think are quieter inside. However, if you compare it to like the RAV4 non-hybrid, I think this is probably on par. Handling on this car is really quite nice. The transmission is fairly smooth and predictable. It's a CVT, so there's not a lot going on there. There's no real shifting happening, but it doesn't sound weird and it doesn't do unexpected weird things, which is good. Here we are on the mountain trails, and this is a pretty standard trailhead road here in the Pacific Northwest. So this is nothing exceptional in terms of challenge. However, we'll see what kind of challenge it is for this all-wheel drive system. Now, the system does detect that we're on a slant, so it's automatically pushing power to the back. I can see that on the gauge cluster, as it looks like it's probably about half the power to the front, maybe a little bit more, maybe 75 to the front, maybe 25 to the back. As we get on one of these little challenging rocks, let's see how power, yeah, a little more to the back. Okay, it's doing a pretty good job. Yeah, no issues. Okay, so there's nothing really to do to set up here. There's no trail mode. Also keep in mind this doesn't have any underbody protection, and it only has 7.8 inches of ground clearance. So I'm going to be very careful when going over some of these obstacles. Let's do it. So this is a CVT, of course, and it does have lockup of the all-wheel drive system just by default when you're starting out. It's also, of course, detecting the slant, so it will know to send more power to the back. It's a fairly intelligent system that's predictive, not just reactive. It uses an electric motor to prime the hydraulics that then engages the clutch pack in the middle, which then sends power to the back, based on inputs, sensors, all that kind of stuff. Now here's the first obstacle. We're going to raise this wheel and take power off of this wheel and that wheel. See, what do we have here? See how it does it. How does it deal with it? Okay, now I'm going to straighten the wheel out. Does it shift power? What's it doing on the outside? I think we need a little momentum. And come on. Wow, it's not shifting power much. It's putting power front and back, but it's not doing corner distribution of power. It's not using the wheel braking that we see in other systems. So we're gonna have to, oh boy. Okay. Ooh, that was a rock. go, 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 go. Wow, okay. We're up on 3 wheels. Let me take a look outside, see what we got here for the situation. Yep, that wheel's up. Sure we're not digging in over here. No, not digging in, just lots of rocks. Okay, I think we're gonna have to go with another line here because this line isn't working. Okay, well that's a fail. We'll have to cut further left so that we aren't lifting the wheels quite so much. So yeah, that is a fail. Most cars can get through this by shifting power, and this one is simply not shifting power from the wheels that are spinning. Okay. If I put 2 wheels up, I can't really oh man, are you kidding? Okay, let's get further to the left here. Well, at least the good news is nothing's overheating yet. Okay, around the obstacle and on we go. Yeesh, this doesn't bode well because we got more challenging things ahead. Let's see what we got. It's really hard to see what's going on here. Gotta be careful of that front lip, so I'm just creeping along. And yeah, I am taking a safer route now because that first stage was just too challenging. Now I'm just curious if this will even make it up. Okay, there we go. Watch that lip. Oof. Now I could take the total chicken route, but I'm not. I'm actually going to try something a little bit more challenging here. Let's see if we can get through this one. Come on, come on. Just doesn't have the capability, but it gets through. Okay, so overall, yeah, it was a huge challenge on even our simplest course. You definitely don't want to take this anywhere too aggressive or too rugged. It simply isn't built for it. As for going down, yep, there's no hill descent control, so brake pedal only here. And watch that lower lip. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Oof. Hopefully not stuck up on a mountain. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, tell us what you want to see up on this climb next. Post a comment below. Also, like and share this video with your friends. We make them for you, and we hope you enjoy them. Till next week, see you later. Wah. There we go. Whew. Ha! Okay, that's how we do that.